It's Alexandra, your favorite angelic luminary. I am back with you guys for a deck review today, and you guys voted on Instagram for me to unbox the Divine Masters deck by Kyle Gray. As you guys can tell, it's still wrapped. I've never opened this one before, but I'm going to open it with you guys here now. Check out the artwork, the hand feel, just some information about it so you have a more informed decision when you're going into buying your next deck and seeing whether or not the Divine Masters deck by Kyle Gray is for you. So let's go ahead, get it opened up here. My cat is sitting next to the camera, so do not be surprised if you see him come through. Oh, he can eat that. He loves plastic. All right. So here we go. First ever unboxing of the Divine Masters Oracle by Kyle Gray. Obviously, we have all of the classic touches of a Hay House. So we have a really nice book that comes with the deck. And I already know these cards are going to be just that classic feeling Hay House card, okay? So they're going to feel pretty good in your hand. They're going to feel pretty thick, pretty durable. Hay House is very consistent. They always include an extra message inside the box. So let's take a look here at this deck. So artwork is very classic for a Kyle Gray. Kyle Gray has a lot of these kind of iconography kind of style decks where it's just an image of a deity, a being, an angel, and then some sort of writing at the bottom, some sort of message. This is very classic Kyle Gray. You can definitely, if you've used his other decks, you're going to feel very comfortable with this one. Oh, that one's pretty. So if you're already a Kyle Gray fan, I can already see you shifting towards this. So far as in looking at the beings that they have inside this deck, I'm really, really appreciating the diversity that he managed to hold in this deck. I've seen Egyptian, I have seen Celtic, I have seen all sorts of mixtures, even Christian, Hindu, Buddhist. So this one seems so far like a really, really good deck for just about anybody. It feels like there's kind of a little touch for everyone. They even have ETs in here as well. So far, so good. I think it's really nice to see a deck that has this kind of diversity in it. And especially, like I said, in the classic Hay House quality and feel, which is nice too. So, like, shuffling these cards are going to be really nice. Not a lot of stickiness between them for the first shuffle, which is nice because sometimes some new decks, like all the cards are sticking together. These are sliding apart pretty good. They kind of have like that soft touch kind of finish on them, which is nice. So yeah, so far so good. I like this one so far. Like I said, the diversity is really nice. It's very classical artwork for Kyle Gray, very classic feel for Hay House. This deck, from the second you pull it out, it just feels familiar. If you've used any of those decks before, if you've ever used a Hay House deck, if you've ever used a Kyle Gray deck, this is just going to feel very familiar, but open up more diversity for you is what it seems. But let's go ahead and pull a message from it. Whoever's watching the video right now, considering buying the Divine Masters Oracle deck, what do they need to know? Okay, so you got the Atlanteans in exchange for that question, and this card says evolution, vibration, legacy, technology, progress, expect acceleration. So they're just letting you know, if you're feeling called to this deck and this is the deck you decide to go purchase, which up to you. This is an informed decision. I am not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. I bought these decks with my own money. Every single deck I do a review on, I buy with my own money and I give an honest review. You can expect to kind of connect more with maybe some of these beings, and that's going to help you open up some different spots in your life that maybe you haven't really explored yet. So I think that's awesome. See, one thing I will say about it personally for me, like, I love the artwork. I love the diversity in it. Like I said, it feels familiar, but that's actually kind of the downside for me is it feels familiar. I already have several other Kyle Gray decks that all are kind of built the exact same way. It's going to be interesting to begin using this one in readings to see if it actually fills a hole that I have in my deck collection, or if it's just kind of another Kyle Gray deck. I love Kyle Gray decks. I use them quite often, but at this point, like looking at this one, like I said, love the diversity, love the artwork, loving it so far. As far as like looking through it, I think it's very nice. It's just going to be interesting to see whether or not it actually is unique enough to maybe take the place of one of the other decks that I utilize, or if it's just kind of like all of them are kind of interchangeable. If it says Kyle Gray, I could kind of use any of them. So that's going to be what I'm going to be exploring with this deck as I use it. But yeah, so if you want that classic Hay House feel, if you already love Kyle Gray, if you're looking for a little bit more diversity than some of his other decks, because I know some of his other decks do have a little bit more direct theming. It's either going to be the Angels or it's going to be he has that Earth Spirit deck, which I really enjoy a lot. Earth Spirit, like the native base, native soul. I can't remember what that deck's called. But anyway, if you like that deck, if you like some of his angel decks, and you're looking for a little bit more diversity, being able to touch into some of the other masters, looking at some of the Hindu, some of the Buddhist, I think this would be a good deck to add to your repertoire, especially if you're an early reader. I love Kyle Gray decks for early readers because he always does include imagery and a little tagline at the bottom. So you don't have to rely on reaching for that guidebook as you're still developing your intuition, because you do have just these taglines, these words on the cards available for you. It makes it super easy to read if you're a beginner reader, because you can kind of pull the card, look at it, don't read the tagline initially, download what you're feeling, put it into words if you can, and then you can read that little tagline and it's going to give you that support and that kind of nudge of like, yeah, you're on the right path. That's what we were trying to tell you, as a channel reader. That's the way I love to read, is being able to take the messages that I get and use these cards as like bookmarks in the information that I'm receiving. So whatever way you read, whether you're a direct card reader, cat's rubbing on the camera. Whether you're a direct card reader or whether you are a channel reader, I think these are really great for whoever you are, whatever you're starting out as. And sometimes they're nice as like just a personal pull card too. One thing I usually end up liking these decks for quite a lot, these Kyle Gray decks, and other deity decks like this, where it's just kind of each card is its own deity or spirit or guide. I really enjoy using those for altar work as well. So this deck would be a really great one if you find that you work with a lot of the spirits and beings that are in this deck. I think it would be a really great one to use, because then you can place their card on your altar each day as a reminder that that's who you're working with that day, as a reminder that that's who's walking with you, as a reminder that that's who you did spell work with that day, or anything like that as well. So it's going to be, I feel like it has a lot of options and opportunities of what you can do with this deck. Like I said, for me, it's just going to be exploring whether or not it actually feels a need in my deck collection, or whether it's another Kyle Gray deck. So, which, not that sounds like it's a negative thing. It's not. I enjoy Kyle Gray decks very much, but just whether or not this has the variety. So anyway, well, thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you guys check out that deck if it's something that is calling to you. I hope this helps make your decision about whether or not it is actively calling to you. But yeah, thank you guys so much. And please follow me on Instagram if you guys want to help vote on what my next deck unboxing is. And yeah, sending you guys lots of love.